one but two mass shootings in just 13 hours. At least 29 people killed in separate massacres, one here in Texas, the other, of course, in Ohio. We have been to so many of these, and the words, quite honestly, are harder and harder to come by to describe the anguish and the sadness on the faces of the families whose lives have been destroyed. Here in El Paso tonight, a gunman showing up at a Walmart on a busy Saturday morning. These surveillance images this evening obtained by KTSM showing the suspect armed with an assault-style rifle. Families then diving for cover from the gunfire that was relentless inside that store. There were thousands inside the Walmart running in fear, and I was told just today about the children who ran for their lives on their own. Stores nearby were on lockdown as police searched for the gunman, first responders helping the wounded, and of course discovering the dead. So many lives lost here, at least 20 dead and 26 injured. I talked with the police chief here just moments ago, and what he revealed to me about the possible motive, why this suspect drove 600 miles to get here. Terrified families, their hands up in the air, running for their lives past armed police. Evacuating this El Paso mall. The first call coming in 10:39 Saturday morning.
Run, Mika, run.
There was chaos. Some of the shoppers recording as they made their escape, posting it online. SWAT teams responding to reports of an active shooter, and they soon realized that gunfire is inside the Walmart.
We need tactical units to go ahead and start responding to the help support at the Walmart.
Busting guns in Walmart right now. AK, somebody's got shot.
Inside the Walmart, thousands of shoppers, 100 employees. It was a busy Saturday morning, parents and grandparents and the children buying their back-to-school supplies.
All pack units, investigating units, please make it to the west side of Walmart, please.
Tonight, authorities say 21-year-old Patrick Crucius was armed with an assault-style rifle, and authorities believe, based on what they've read and what they've heard from him, he was there to shoot as many Mexicans as possible. That mall here in El Paso is just 5 miles from the U.S.-Mexico border. The community from here in El Paso shops here, and so do residents of nearby Juarez, across the border. They come here into the U.S. to shop. Witnesses say the rampage began in the parking lot. The gunman, they say, shooting his way in.
He just walked into Walmart very confidently, and, it looked like he was on a mission.
These surveillance images obtained by KTSM show the alleged gunman walking through the entrance with his weapon pointed straight ahead, wearing ear protection and tactical glasses. Inside, shoppers, family members crawling on their stomachs, seeking cover under benches, whatever shelter they could find. Gunfire relentless. Kendall Long and his wife Kiana.
She's seeing people running in yelling, shooter, shooter. So we take off running. After he sees people start running, you can hear the different fire rate. He starts pop, 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 pop. He's going for that semi. He's trigger finger. He's going.
They ran to the back of the store, hiding in a metal...
Proverbs chapter 20, verse 24. Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? This is 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 6. And it says, the Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. So this is first Salakia. This is 2 Peter's chapter 2, verse 9. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptation, and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished. So I like to say Barak de Yahweh, Barak de Yahweh Shah, Barak de Yahweh, Barak de Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS. Salutations to you brothers out there doing this work in true sincerity. I like to say Mwafla Babel, which is depth of Babylon. And Lord willing, this is edifying to you brothers out there that's doing this work in true sincerity. It's not going to be a long video. So the Spirit is out there, through the power and the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, putting a lot of these wicked people to death. Why? Because they commit whoredoms and wickedness. So the Most High put the spirit upon dudes like this to go and shoot up churches, schools, Walmarts, etc., etc. So let's get to scriptures. This is Jude 1:15. It says, to execute judgment upon all, and to convince all that are ungodly among them of all their ungodly deeds, which they have ungodly committed, and of all their hard speeches which ungodly sinners have spoken against him. These are murmurers, complainers, walking after their own lusts, and their mouth speak of great swelling words, having men's persons in admirations because of advantage. So this is Revelations chapter 14 verse 7. Revelation chapter 14 verse 7. It says, saying with a loud voice, fear the Most High, and give glory to him, for the hour of his judgment is come, and worship him that made heaven and earth and the sea and the fountains of waters. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 45 verse 7. It says, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. This is Ezekiel 7 and 8. So pretty much these scriptures speak for themselves. I ain't really got to say too much on them. They speak for themselves. The scriptures speak for themselves. You know, the Most High is placing judgment in this world upon the wicked and the ungodly for their evil works and their abominable ways. This is Ezekiel chapter 7 verse 8. Now will I shortly pour out my fury upon thee, and accomplish my anger upon thee, and I will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense thee for all thy abominations. And mine eye will not spare, neither will I have pity. I will recompense thee according to thy ways, and thy abominations that are in the midst of thee, and ye shall know that I am the Lord that smiteth. This is Psalms. Matter of fact, you know what? That's it right there, man. You know, the Most High is putting judgment, you know, on you wicked people, man. You know, you indulge yourselves in the wickedness of America, so the Most High is gonna judge you at the end of the day. You know, and this is what's happening. The Most High is putting the spirit in these guys to shoot you people up, man. And guess what? A lot of them the majority of them be Edomites. The Most High, because why? Let's get this real quick. This is Psalms chapter 17 verse Salakia, bear with me. This is Psalms chapter 17 verse 13. Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword. So the so-called white man Esau Edom is the Lord's sword, and he using Esau Edom to slay a lot of you wicked Israelites. So I want to say Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushua, Barak the Yahweh, Barak the Yahushua, Bahashem Wakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS. Salutation to you brothers out there doing this work in true sincerity. I like to say Mawah La Babu, which is death to Babylon. And Lord willing, this was edifying. I like to say Shalom.
Storage container.
You know, there's babies there, there's kids, there's people calling their family, calling the cops.
Outside, the entire area on lockdown.
The entire area is being searched as we speak.
Authorities for a time were not sure if there was more than one shooter.
We need people to stay away.
Adria Gonzalez was shopping with her mother. She said it was a normal morning until she heard that gun go off.
We heard like shots, like 3 shots. Boom, boom, boom. 1, 2, 3.
She told her mother to get down. When she looked up, the suspect with the gun in his tactical gear just 15 feet away.
He just started to shoot everyone. Just started to shoot, and what I did, my first instinct was to get people out of there. This senior citizen lady that I tried to help and I couldn't, and I just told her to move faster and she couldn't move faster, so I left her there. And I needed to get out because the shooter was getting closer and closer, and so I was I just told her to get down and hide.
When they finally got outside, they saw the bodies. The gunshots continued. In the parking lot, confusion and panic.
She would have called. She has 7 kids, 20-something grandchildren, and I don't know how many great-grandchildren.
And this desperate plea, Edie Holbert, searching for her mother, Angie, 86 years old and missing.
And I got tired of waiting and waiting and waiting, and I just want to know where my mom is.
We still have not heard if she found her mother. Inside that store, first responders helping the wounded. This woman covered in blood. Another woman wheeled out in a shopping cart. It appeared she'd been shot in the leg. The police chief here in El Paso at a loss for words.
You have to see it for yourself. When I first got into this job, I never knew there was an odor to blood, but there is. And until you firsthand see that, my description of it, as far as horrific, will be unserving as far as what that scene looks like.
About 20 minutes after that first shot was fired, they have the suspect in custody.
So far, we have 1 subject and he's in custody.
Police apprehending the suspect just a few blocks from the scene, leading him away in handcuffs.
Right now we have a manifesto from this individual that indicates to some degree it has a nexus to potential hate crime.
Authorities say the assault-style rifle, similar to an AK-47, and several magazines were recovered at the scene. And tonight, law enforcement telling ABC News Patrick Crusius is from Allen, Texas, 600 miles away from El Paso, nearly a 10-hour drive. And late today, the police chief here with us. But he came here to El Paso, 600 miles.
Right.
Was it the makeup of this community? Was it your proximity to the border?
I think both.
And tonight, authorities and local officials here warning something must be done.
This individual came not from within the community, but outside of it. In this country, we have a gun violence epidemic, but we also have a hate epidemic. And until we confront that hate, and until we confront the weak gun laws that we have, we're going to keep saying this.
At the centers where families are gathering and at the hospitals, the anguish. Families still anxious for news.
We're still looking for him. We haven't heard word of where he is.
Lita Jamrowski is just 19 years old, pleading for help, asking if anyone has seen her brother-in-law, Andre. They looked all night.
We're just trying to put the word out there if anybody's heard from him or... Anybody hears anything, just give us a call. We're worried. We want to make sure he's okay.
Their search comes after her family already heard the unthinkable. Her 25-year-old sister Jordan, a mother of 3, was killed while protecting her 2-month-old son. Her sister Lita telling the Associated Press, from the baby's injuries, they said that more than likely, my sister was trying to shield him. So when she got shot, she was holding him and she fell on him. So that's why he broke some of his bones. But he lived because she gave her life. So many victims here, from babies to senior citizens. And the toll staggering. 20 dead, more than 24 injured. What drove him? Was it hate?
Apparently so.
Tonight, the Justice Department says they're going to pursue, to the best they can, hate crimes charges, domestic terrorism charges here?
Yes, sir. Manifesto pretty much validated that there was hate intent in what he did.
So the writings in this so-called manifesto match what he's been telling authorities?
Pretty much.
Police Chief Allen with us here late today, and the chief, along with so many other leaders in this community, were universal in their language here today, in their own messaging, saying something more needs to be done to protect communities across this country. And of course, we are thinking about those families still waiting for news.